Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
Okay, I want to say a few more things about progesterone, a relaxing hormone that is in essence the partner to estrogen, which is more of a stimulating growth substance. Progesterone antagonizes or blocks the effects of estrogen. Yesterday we left off talking about an estrogenic health issue called PCOS, Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. It's an estrogen issue and it's an insulin issue. So if you're dealing with PCOS, you want to treat yourself like you're a diabetic. All the things we talk about for keeping your blood sugar stable. That is more protein, fiber, water, your sweeties, chromium, vanadium, B complex, which you'll get in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, selenium, sulfur. There's zillions of different ways that you can stabilize your blood sugar, of course, most importantly, by not eating foods that break down into sugar. Estrogen is also important when it comes to PCOS, and that's where progesterone comes in. Progesterone antagonizes the effects of estrogen and estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance is when we make lots more estrogen than we do progesterone. Due to our particular body chemistry, levels of body fat. Remember, estrogen is made in body fat, so the more body fat we carry, the more estrogenic we are going to be, the more susceptible we will be to estrogenic illnesses. That's so important. If you need an additional reason to lose body fat, it's this whole estrogen link. The more body fat we carry, men and women, the more estrogenic we will be. For men, that means more feminizing. That means increased likelihood for prostate and colon cancer. For women, that means all kinds of havoc. All kinds of health havoc are associated with excess body fat and excess estrogen. Food choices, digestive issues, those can all affect estrogen dominance. Dysbiosis, messed up gut bacteria can be a problem. And then this whole estrogen dominance issue can be exacerbated by exposure to hormone replacement therapy. Many other medications have estrogenic properties. Plastics, water has estrogenic components in it, unfortunately. Food, certainly phytoestrogens may be able to do it, like from soy. The net result is called estrogen dominance. It can lead to a whole slew of health issues, and that includes cancer, that includes depression and anxiety, that includes autoimmune disease, and it includes polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS. So balancing out estrogen or mitigating the effects of excess estrogen is an important, critical, actually, health strategy. And there's lots of ways to do it. Progesterone balances out estrogen. Selenium balances out estrogen. Vitamin E can have some estrogen balancing effects. Yesterday, we left off talking about another really interesting nutrient that can help modulate the toxicity associated with excess estrogen or balance it out. It's called CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. It's a special kind of fat. It's very similar to omega-6 fatty acids. It's not an essential fat, but it has a lot of similarities with an essential fat, with omega-6 essential fats. Yesterday we talked about how you can use CLA for helping the body counteract or balance out the effects of estrogen. CLA has an ability to block estrogen signaling. It can be helpful for folks dealing with PCOS or any estrogenic health issues. And it's got anti-cancer properties as well. Anti-breast cancer, colon cancer, anti-prostate cancer. It may help you if you're dealing with an autoimmune disease. And its most important claim to fame is that it can help you lose weight. So CLA is like an omega-6, but it's got a little tweak that gives it a little slightly different electrical configuration. That means it's got some unique health benefits that you don't necessarily get from your omega-6 fatty acids. Omega-6s are important. You're not going to substitute. You need your omega-6s, but if you want to throw one more thing in, especially into your supplement program, especially if you're dealing with estrogenic issues, you might want to consider CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. It's anti-inflammatory, and actually, CLA can be converted into omega-3 fats, which are important for the brain, important for the eyes, important for the nervous system, and which have their own anti-inflammatory properties. CLA helps support the health of the immune system. It's very important for the circulatory system. It can lower blood cholesterol. It can lower blood fats. It can reduce the likelihood of atherosclerosis. There's a lot of benefits here, right? If you're dealing with PCOS, and if for just folks who have diabetes, CLA improves insulin potency. It helps lower blood sugar, and If you are on metformin or glucophage or whatever, some anti-diabetic medication, and PCOS patients in particular are given anti-diabetic medications, CLA can actually make for a lower dose of your anti-diabetic medication. So if you're a diabetic out there, even if you don't have PCOS and you're just a diabetic and you're on some kind of anti-diabetic drug, get some CLA and you'll at least be able to lower your dose, or maybe even get off your dose for that matter. Nobody really absolutely needs to be on a diabetic medication. Type 1 diabetes is a little bit different, but if you have type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance diabetes, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome and insulin resistance diabetes, that is if your insulin just isn't working as well as it should. Type 1 diabetes is when your insulin-making cells are killed off via autoimmune mechanisms. Type 2 diabetes, adult onset is what they used to call it. Now they call it type 2 because everybody's getting it. That takes time. It used to take a lifetime. Now it takes 10 years because there's 10-year-olds who have it. So if you have type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance diabetes, that's when they give you the drugs. If you're on a type 2 diabetes drug, if you have insulin resistance issues, if you have metabolic syndrome, please understand it is simple. I can't emphasize that enough because for some reason there's this meme, this belief system, there's this idea that type 2 diabetes is something permanent. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is reversible. And this is so tragic because it's like the second leading cause of death, or I'm sorry, the fourth leading cause of death after drugs, by the way. Diabetes is a leading cause of death, not after drugs, after medical errors, I'm sorry, after medical errors. I just read an article about this. The third leading cause of death is medical mistakes. Not that I want to beat up on doctors, by the way, but that's just part of part of our medical model. Anyway, if you have diabetes, it's a terrible, terrible thing, but it is reversible. Okay, so we're talking CLA and diabetes, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. If you're dealing with polycystic ovarian syndrome, it is a estrogen and insulin issue. Balancing out estrogen is strategy number one. CLA can help you do that. And of course, with CLA, you'll get lots of other benefits, including helping your insulin, helping your sugar. If you're diabetic, please understand there's lots and lots and lots of strategies. It's not a drug issue. It should never ever be a drug issue. Type 1 diabetes accepted, although even type 1 diabetes, do you know that they used to say that the beta cells, the cells that make insulin, they're just gone forever. Today we know that they're not necessarily. Nothing. The body's a regenerating system. Everything regenerates. But by far and away, the most important form of diabetes is type 2 diabetes. It is tragic beyond belief. 1 out of 3 Americans. 50% of Californians have either prediabetes or diabetes. 50%, and soon it'll be 50% around the country. It's now 30 to 40%, 33 to 40% of Americans have diabetes. It's purely lifestyle, friends. And it's so tragic. It's heartbreaking. And by the way, it's not like diabetes is a noun. It's a verb. It occurs in response to sugar, whether that sugar comes from food, usually, or whether that sugar comes from stress. Yes, sugar, blood sugar will go up when we're under stress. That's one of the ways the body handles stress. So between elevated cortisol and stress and the foods we're eating, you got the reason why we have diabetes. By the way, that's the first point in the triangle and the third point on the triangle, and thus the importance of the triangle of disease. So CLA is important for estrogen. CLA is important for blood sugar. If you're on anti-diabetic meds, it will help you lower your dose. It can be important for the heart, blood cholesterol, blood fats, immune system, atherosclerosis from an article in the Journal of Immunology. CLA reduces the effects of inflammatory cells associated with plaques in the arteries. And, at least in animal models, it's associated with regression of atherosclerosis. It goes backwards. CLA is also anti-estrogen. According to a 2006 article in the journal Cancer Research, CLA's estrogenic effects allow it to be used as a chemopreventive and chemotherapeutic. That means it fights cancer and prevents cancer of the breasts by increasing the activity of suppressor genes. Yes, we have tumor suppressors built into our genetics, and CLA upregulates them, turns them on. If you want to start using CLA to improve your PCOS symptoms or as an anti-cancer, cancer preventive, it's very simple. Eat butter, eat cheese, Eat meat, organ meats especially, from grass-fed animals. That's the key, because CLA is in the grass. You're not going to get it in grain-fed animal products. You need grass-fed. Grass-fed is always going to be better, although I have friends who tell me that it doesn't taste as good. I don't necessarily, well, I'm not an expert on it, but I know it's a lot better for you, grass-fed, and one of the reasons it's better for you is because of its CLA. You can get CLA on the internet. You can get it at health food stores. You can get a bottle of 90 capsules for $15, 90 800 milligram capsules for $15. Take a couple grams a day. You're not going to overdose on it. And your PCOS, if you're dealing with PCOS, you'll notice some significant results. I've seen significant results in less than 2 months on PCOS. Of course, you'll get all the other benefits as well. If you have PCOS, it's not just estrogen, it's also insulin. And between estrogen and insulin, guess what? You got your first 2 points in the triangle of disease. Estrogen, because of the whole connection to the foods and the digestive system. Insulin is our second point on our triangle of disease. In my opinion, if you got PCOS, you want to be focusing on your insulin as well as your estrogen. And all the symptoms of PCOS are really basically the same as type 2 diabetes: weight gain, oily skin, blemishes. All of these are the body's response to excess insulin, and you could have diabetes as well as PCOS. Caloric restriction is also helpful for PCOS patients. Intermittent fasting is also helpful for PCOS patients. The ketogenic diet is helpful for PCOS patients. And guess what? The ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting and caloric restriction are all helpful for diabetes too. PCOS equals diabetes. That's how you want to look at it. Do a Suero V cleanse. If you do a Suero V cleanse and you have PCOS, I am guaranteeing you will notice a dramatic, not just a minor, but a dramatic reduction in your PCOS symptoms in a matter of days. Certainly while you're doing your Suero V cleanse. Now, you can't go back, don't go back to your old way of eating. You're going to lose the benefits. But while you're on a Suero V cleanse, you will absolutely 100% notice a reduction of your PCOS symptoms. The Suero V cleanse is a half a bottle of Suero V every hour. It's great to do anyway. Just great to do even if you're healthy. You can do a veggie juice fast. That will also make a dramatic impact or have a dramatic impact on PCOS symptoms. And of course, the BTT and the B vitamins, superstars for insulin, very important, can be very helpful for PCOS. Very, very important for blood sugar control. Take extra vitamin B5. Pantothenic acid. Vitamin B5 is really interesting. It's involved in how we process fats, how we turn fats into useful chemicals, particularly steroid hormones. So B5 is the one B vitamin that works primarily in large part anyway, with the fat system. The B vitamins are water soluble and they work with electrical energy, but it turns out that vitamin B5 kind of bridges the electrical side or the watery side of the body with the fatty side of the body. And there's some fascinating chemistry how it does it. But you can think of it like a bridge between water soluble and fat soluble. Pantothenic acid. If you're dealing with oily skin, pantothenic acid, vitamin B5 can be stupendous. For women who are going through menopause, it can be helpful. And of course for PCOS and for blood sugar. Vitamin B6 is another important hormone vitamin. Vitamin B6 helps us break down foods and get the building blocks, the components, the amino acids, for example, out of the proteins. To break up a protein and turn it into amino acids depends at least partially on vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 allows us to access nutrition from foods, nutritional value from foods. This is why you want to sip on your BTT, by the way, with your meals. Sipping on your BTT with your meals is going to help you access the nutrients from your food much more effectively. So if you're subsisting on junk food, which doesn't have nutrients in it, that's the definition of junk food. Junk food's got calories but no nutrition. Calories but no nutrients. If you do your BTT with your junk food, that will mitigate at least or reduce some of the nasty nutritional depleting effects of your junk food. Okay, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Yesterday, an article, yet again, came out. This is from, I'm not sure where this is from, Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine in Baltimore. Medical error is the third largest cause of death in the United States, published in the British Medical Journal. And this is, again, we see this every year. Medical error, third leading cause of death. And it's not the doctor's fault. You can't be medicalized back to health, and medicine is fraught with dangers. Because what we're doing is we're monkeying around where we shouldn't be monkeying around. We're manipulating artificially the body's pristine and perfect divine biochemistry and mechanical chemistry. And so, of course, you're going to run into problems. It's the model. It's not the individual doctors. It's not the individual people who, for the most part, and I know a lot of them, are good people. They want to help. They want to make a difference. But they're just as deluded as their patients. That this idea that we can be medicalized back to health. Now, somebody out there knows the truth. Somebody in the pharmaco-medical world knows the truth, and they're doing it anyway. Now, those people, they're not nice at all. But the ones who are just participating, they mean well. It's not their fault. It's the model's fault. It's a flawed model, and we don't need it. Unless you get hit by a bus, you don't need a doctor. Unless if something explodes or breaks, that's when we need doctors. But not for these chronic, long-term lifestyle issues. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll finish up with progesterone tomorrow, and then we'll move on to the third super powerful youth and vitality and fertility and creativity and all the good things we love about being alive hormone, DHEA. All of this has to do with the ketogenic diet. We're still talking about the ketogenic diet, and I got lots more I want to say about it after we finish up with DHEA. We'll continue talking about ketogenesis and supplements that you can use to enhance the ketogenic diet and that you should use with the ketogenic diet. And that'll be in the coming days on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Dave in Austin. Good morning. What's up, Dave? Welcome to the bright side.
Oh, thank you, Ben. Good morning to you. Yeah, this is David. I'm talked to you several times.
Are you Graves, Dave?
Graves disease.
Graves, Dave.
That's me, returning from the grave days. But thank you.
Good to talk to you.
I really appreciate it. So anyway, I listen every day, and I actually do just about everything you recommend.
Okay.
And I have a couple of questions regarding the pregnenolone.
Okay.
And really the dosages that I should be taking and for how long. Because I think you recommended taking 100 milligrams. I've seen others recommend 15.
Okay.
And I'm really trying to understand, how much to take, how long I should take
How long have you been taking? I'm assuming you're taking it now, right?
I'm taking it now, and I've been taking about 45 milligrams a day, and I got to be honest with you, it's helped tremendously. Okay. I do have various symptoms of Graves, basically anxiety. I still have a lot of anxiety. I do the deep breathing and all that stuff. It helps.
Are you noticing
sleeping at night?
Are you noticing a calming effect?
I am. I take it in the evening, and I notice I sleep really well.
Awesome.
And I've had great results, but I just want to make sure I'm taking, a good dosage.
Let me tell you a couple things, Dave. First of all, the fact that you're getting these kinds of results means you need it, okay? And that's very understandable considering that you have the Graves. Graves' disease, for the listeners, is when you're just amped up. Your thyroid is amped up. It's hyperthyroidism, but they say it's based on autoimmunity, but that doesn't really matter. The fact is you're just jacked up, sweaty and fevery and hot and oily skin and anxiety and insomnia and all that, right? Loose stools, probably.
And lots of estrogen,
What's that?
It caused me to have lots of estrogen in my body as well.
Loss of estrogen. Did you say? You said loss, right? Lots. Are you finding that you're estrogenic? I wouldn't have assumed. Are you sure that's the case?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was actually going like man boobs when I had Graves' disease.
Interesting. Interesting. That might have to do with, that might have to do more with the more potent breakdown products of estrogen following your digestive issues. So it's not so much that it's producing estrogen as it's causing you not to process estrogen correctly. Nonetheless, you're going to notice that the man boobs start to improve. By the way, okay, if they haven't already.
No, they're gone.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Good deal. Okay, you don't want man boobs. Okay, here's the deal. The fact that you're getting such good results means you need the stuff. So keep on it. You're going to be on. If it was me, I'd be on it the rest of my life. The dose is going to be something you have to play with, and you want to do something called functional dosing. Now, functional dosing is a way that you want to dose things that you're not really sure how much you're going to take. Things like probiotics, digestive enzymes, the pregnenolone or DHEA, and by functional dosing, I mean you take as much as you keep increasing the dose until you don't notice that it's making much of a difference. So you take say you take 45 milligrams. Okay, you're feeling great. You're sleeping good. You got all the good benefits of it. Take 50 milligrams. Oh wow, I'm noticing a little better. I'm noticing that I get even better benefits. Okay, take 55 milligrams. Well, I didn't get so much of I didn't really make much of a difference. So then you'll know you have to stick at 50 milligrams. Does that make sense? That's called functional dosing. So you want to dose till you're not getting any longer, till you're not getting any more benefits by increasing the dose, and stay at that dose. With pregnenolone, it's so gentle and benign. I usually tell people 100 milligrams, but yeah, 45 or 50 milligrams, you could start off there. It's not going to hurt you to do 100 milligrams. This is what I would do, Dave. Do 100 milligrams, see what happens. You might notice that you get a little, you're more tired than you want, or you might notice that you get too much relaxation. Back down. You know what I'm saying? And then you back down to, say, 70 milligrams. Oh, wow. I still have just a touch of too much relaxation. I'm going to back down to 60 milligrams. Oh, wow, that's perfect. Then you'll know 60 milligrams where you need to be. Follow me?
Makes total sense. Yeah, everybody's bodies are different. So
everybody's body's different, and with pregnenolone, because it's being converted into stress hormone and sex hormones ultimately, depending on your life, depending on what's going on in your life, you're going to be burning through more pregnenolone than at some times than others. So you're just going to have to play around with it. Just go by the good results. But Dave, you're doing great. You're doing awesome. You're a wonderful success story.
I got to say the BTT has been incredible. I've turned a lot of people onto it. They all drink it. It's just incredible stuff, and I can't find anything else like it out there. So
agreed.
I really contribute that to a lot of it.
You know what? Don't forget.
Talk some more maybe about in the future, maybe about wheatgrass.
Oh yeah, I love wheatgrass. Thank you. I appreciate that. And don't forget to give yourself credit, because you're doing the work, buddy. Thank you so much, Dave. Take care, man. Have a beautiful day. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. From JAMA Internal Medicine, study links some positive effects of calorie restriction to non-obese adults. So you restrict your calories, and even if you're not obese, you still get benefits. Surprise, surprise. Well, if you've been listening to The Bright Side, you know that. Caloric restriction is one of the most powerful strategies that you can ever employ for longevity, and it's cheap. In fact, you'll make money because you'll be eating less calories and you'll have more money. Calorie restriction can help you if you got blood sugar problems. Calorie restriction can get you more energy. Calorie restriction can help you if you're a bodybuilder or a weightlifter. And according to this article from JAMA Internal Medicine and research published from the Biomedical Research Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, calorie restriction can have aspects on quality of life, including libido, stamina, mood, and irritability. So you don't have to, and not to mention increased lifespan. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Karl, the Truth Raider. What's up, buddy? How you doing, Karl?
Good morning, Ben. Enjoying a beautiful day outdoors with my kitty cat, Pepperina.
Good morning.
So I'm doing some deep breathing.
Okay.
Hey, did you get a chance to check out that video on YouTube about the lady who eats cat fur?
Did you tell me about that? Somebody told me about that.
I just
that was
got
you.
a chance to check that out. It's kind of bizarre, but the cat looks exactly like
I don't know why she does that, although there are all kinds of weird eating things that can happen.
I think it's related to pica, or maybe there's something.
It's a form of pica, yes. But usually pica's dirt. I don't know. There must be something in cat fur. There must be something in cat fur there. All right, so she doesn't get any hairballs.
Taurine. Anyway, here's on to the question of the day.
Yes.
This is bizarre, but something that people are not talking too much about. But in the late 80s, early 1990s, long before there was Walmarts, they were still Kmarts, and they were still thriving at the time. They're still around today, but they were more prevalent back in those days and more successful. During the winter months, or prior to the winter months, I used to stock up on sweat clothes. All kinds of different nice colored sweatpants and things like that. Nice, they're on sale real cheap. But I noticed after a few years of wearing them during the winter months when it was cold, I noticed splotches of hair missing on my legs. Now, over the years, I occasionally wear used pairs of sweatpants and different types of sweatpants, not the cheap ones anymore. But now I've discovered over the past couple of years, I have no hair on my legs at all.
I can't help you there, guy. So I do know that's like a fad though these days. It's supposed to look good, so maybe you're in good shape. I can't help you. I don't
know, but no, I think what's going on is that they're putting the cured chemicals that they're putting to prevent
in the sweatpants.
In the sweatpants,
that's
might be estrogen mimickers.
Well, estrogen mimickers would make you hairier, probably, but actually, you know what? On the legs, let me think about how that would work. Maybe you're right. Maybe it would make you more feminized. That's not
bizarre.
a bad.
I don't know.
You know what? That's not a bad point. That's not a bad point.
Anybody else has had that condition where it seems like an alopecia type of condition on the legs.
Estrogen is everywhere.
I'm completely hairless on my legs now.
Karl, estrogen is everywhere. It would not surprise me if that was the case. Thanks for pointing that out, though. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, man. Got to move. Thanks, Karl.
All
right, buddy. Take care. All right, let's go to Dave in Connecticut. Welcome to the bright side, Dave.
How you doing, Ben?
Doing good, buddy. What's going on?
Good. No, I just got a quick question about phytates. How concerned should we be about them? And
not really. Much ado about nothing. I mean, probably not a good idea to do your minerals with fibery food, with phytate-containing fibers, flax seeds and such. But it's not that significant. And if you're really concerned about it, you can sprout. You can germinate. You can. There's things that you could do to break up phytates. There's probiotics in the gut can do it. It's not that big a deal. And also, phytates, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, phytates are actually anti-cancer, and they're antioxidants, phytic acid is. And it's a source of phosphorus, and it's a chelating agent. So there's a lot of benefits to phytates. But the problem with the phytates is when you take them too close to minerals. But, how significant it is, how much minerals you lose, I don't know that I would worry about it too much personally. Although it's true that they will tie up minerals a little bit. So if you want to do it absolutely correctly, keep your minerals separate from your phytate-containing fibers.
Okay.
Does that help?
Alrighty. And then and then another just the second part of that question was vitamins and minerals that are antagonistic to each other.
Yeah. That happens occasionally, but not that much either. What you're talking about, Dave, is if you're for somebody, and this, I'm glad you brought this up, because sometimes we think when it comes to health and nutrition that you got to be absolutely everything. Yes, it's true that vitamin C and iron go together, and phytic acid and minerals can go together, can bind up each other, can tie up each other. You'll lose a little bit of the minerals. But for most of us who are dealing with a chronic degenerative disease, or just want to increase our lifespan, or just want to get better, you don't need to worry about all that minuscule stuff. You know what I'm saying? You need the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. You want to keep your sugar down. You want to make sure your digestive system is operating pristinely. You want to make sure that you're relaxing the body and oxygenating and, all the stuff that we talk about in the triangle of disease. Whether you take your phytic acid with your selenium or whether you take your vitamin C with your iron, that's so minuscule, that's so minor compared to what we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to make a difference in your cancer either way if you take your phytic acid with your selenium. Okay, or you take your vitamin C with your iron. It's not going to really affect your health significantly. You're not going to notice the difference. What I'm talking about here is the basic ideas. It's so complicated, Dave. We don't want to complicate it any more than we need to.
Yeah,
right? It's overwhelming. We don't want to complicate it any more than we need to, which is why these simple ideas, the triangle of disease, work on your digestive system, stabilize your blood sugar system, relax the body, make sure you're using a nutritional supplement program that has all the Mighty 90 essential nutrients, keep your calories down. All of these basic ideas that we talk about, that's where you want to focus. Once you've done every single thing that there is to do in a simple, basic kind of way, then you can start to worry about mixing and matching kind of thing. But until you get to that point, and I don't know anybody. I'm not at that point. I don't know anybody who's at that point. It really becomes just just a mental exercise. It's not as important in a practical sense. Okay, that's my opinion.
Yeah, great.
Okay, Dave.
That's great. Thank you.
All right, man. Take care. Thanks for calling, buddy. Okay, Kyle in Oklahoma. What's going on, man? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi. I've just got a question about my wife. We're trying to conceive, and she's been having a lot of migraines.
Okay. You're not going to be able to conceive. It's going to be difficult to conceive with migraine headaches. Migraine headaches activate the body's survival response, and they themselves are a result of a activation of a survival response, kind of a circle. The body goes into stress mode from an allergic reaction, typically, or sometimes some kind of digestive issue, or estrogen. Those are the two big reasons. Foods and estrogen. Those are the two big reasons for migraine headaches. Now, both of those will activate a stress response, and you won't get pregnant. Or they will actually cause a stress response, and they will cause a stress response, and you won't get pregnant. So she's got to cut the circle. And that, number one, what you want to do is you want to look for food triggers. Okay? That's what I would be doing. Are you with me, Kyle? All right. Yep. So do a food diary, and then note when the migraines happen what she ate, and see if you can form a relationship between specific foods and the migraines. Secondly, along with the food diary, do a menstrual cycle diary, where she plots her menstrual cycle and see if she associates the migraines with somewhere in her menstrual cycle. That'll give you a clue to the estrogen component. Okay? If she notices the migraines happen when she's surging in her estrogen in the middle of her menstrual cycle, you know you got an estrogen issue. Now, If it's not, there's no relationship between her menstrual cycle and estrogen, she could still have an estrogen issue. And that could have to do with the digestive system and other things. So number one, eliminate problem foods. Number two, work on digestive health, particularly when it comes to probiotics, the ultimate nightly essence, 9 a day, fermented foods, caloric restriction, all the things we talk about here, vegetable juices, etc. And then I would be using some progesterone cream also, or have her get on some pregnenolone as well. Pregnenolone, maybe 100 milligrams, 50 to 100 milligrams a day. Okay, so you're going to balance out estrogen, and you're going to work on the digestive component. Other nutrients that can help have a estrogen balancing effect: selenium, maybe 400 micrograms a day. Vitamin E, 400 international units a day. Of course, the mighty 90 essential nutrients, that goes without saying. Take extra magnesium, maybe 2,000 milligrams a day, and extra B vitamins in addition to the B complex. Make sure she's getting some extra B vitamins somewhere, especially vitamin B2, which is linked to issues with migraines. So foods and estrogen, those are the two main things to look at. Okay, Kyle?
All right, because, basically, whenever she was 18, she started getting real bad migraines. Then they put her on birth control.
Well, that's because
and she literally hasn't had any migraines up until she quit her birth control.
Well,
so
I got some
a hormone or...
I'm out of time here, but yeah, it does sound like it's a hormonal issue. If you want to call back tomorrow, we can talk to you a little bit more. I only got about 20 seconds, though. Thanks for your call, Kyle. Appreciate it. All right, if you're in Roseville, Minnesota, I'll be at the Roseville Skating Center, 2661 Civic Center Drive, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Check out our skin health products at truthtreatments.com, and that's it. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Have a beautiful, wonderful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Are you sneezing, coughing, and aching? Do you have a sore throat, a fever, or the sniffles? There's no reason to be sick this cold and flu season with immune system support from Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver can give your body the help it needs to fight off harmful pathogens without hurting beneficial gut flora and without leaving behind resistant bacteria. Antibiotics can damage good microflora and often leave behind bacteria, which can cause problems later on. If you're sick of being sick, try Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver, the #1 choice of thousands for a safe and effective way to protect against the many diseases and illnesses that we are facing today. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, read our customer reviews, and see the life-changing results that people are having. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. Use the promo code PROTECTED for 20% off your entire order. And like us on Facebook. Supernatural Silver.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-403-4885. That's 1-800-403-4885. 1-800-403-4885. Or go to SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details in the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
This is it. For the first time ever on this station, U.S. government gold offered at cost for only $139 each. With Wall Street suffering its worst start to a trading year in history, now is especially the time to be paying attention to gold. This first time ever, U.S. legal tender government gold offered at cost for only $139 each is from the U.S. Money Reserve. Call them at 1-866-944-GOLD. Gold is on the move, so don't miss out. For the first time ever on this station, U.S. Government Gold offered at cost for only $139 each. 1-866-944-GOLD or online at usmoneyreserve.com. Ask for a free 55-page Gold Buyer's Book. Plus, get a free Walking Liberty $50 just for reading this must-have book. Get your free gold book, your free $50, but most importantly, get your gold at cost for only $139 per coin. 1-866-944-GOLD.
There's nothing more enticing and intoxicating than the finest meat cooking on an open flame. Freeze-dried meat from newharvest.com is U.S. grown, 100% all-natural with no extra fillers. Just grass-fed beef and free-range chicken guaranteed to stay fresh and delicious. Add New Harvest freeze-dried meats to your current food storage. You'll buy direct from the factory, not a third party, ensuring the best price and the highest quality. See all our products at newharvestfoods.com. That's newharvestfoods.com.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
And Fuchs is a registered pharmacist who understands how important the B complex of vitamins is for maintaining a healthy heart. That's why he drinks Pollen Burst from Youngevity's complete line of nutritional supplements.
Pollen Burst has got the B vitamins in there, and the B vitamins are so fascinating because most people are going to be deficient in the B vitamins because they're rapidly processed out of food. And the B vitamins work on the brain, the heart, the skin, and the digestive system. When it comes to heart disease, we got 600,000 people in this country who die of heart disease every year. Some 64 million Americans have some form of heart disease. The B vitamins, a nickel's worth of B vitamins every day, is the most powerful nutritional way to protect yourself from heart disease.
To feed your heart the nutrients it needs for good health, order Youngevity's Pollen Burst by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
Bad news, Americans. You're probably stockpiling for a disaster all wrong. When the big one comes, you'll need more than that poisonous, oversalted survival food you now see everywhere. There are 3 vital things that your survival food is missing, and it's the first thing to disappear from grocery stores. Go to superfoodradio.com now to see my story of how I nearly died when I was forced to live on a popular survival food. That's superfoodradio.com, and I'll show you how everything you've been told about survival food is dead wrong. Go to superfoodradio.com now.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Are you worried about your mom or dad living alone in their house? Hi, I'm Joan London. Listen, I know how difficult it is to find senior care for someone you love. That's why I recommend a free service called A Place for Mom. They are the nation's largest senior living referral service. Call A Place for Mom today.
To receive free information on senior living communities in your area, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-704-6182.
A Place for Mom offers free one-on-one advice from local advisors and a personalized list of senior living communities you can visit. If you have questions about senior care for your mom or dad, there's a place for answers, A Place for Mom.
Call A Place for Mom in the next 10 minutes to get your free ebook on financing senior care as well as free information on senior living communities in your area. Call 1-800-704-6182. That's 1-800-704-6182.
When I was 15 and a half years of age, I had 2 large mercury fillings put into my teeth. I got very sick that day, and over time, the mercury exposure damaged my body. My sunny disposition turned to depression and low energy. Many years later, I understood what had happened, and in 1991, I replaced these mercury fillings with white composite. In 1997, I learned that the homeopathic mercury detox I did years earlier did not remove the mercury from my body. I began an effective means of removing mercury from my body. My digestion and elimination returned to normal, and I began to have my life back. From 1999 to 2005, I tested the level of mercury in my body, and each test showed my mercury burden was high. After 5 years on One World Way, I recently did another mercury test. The results showed my body is free of mercury and virtually all toxic metals. One World Way is very powerful for detoxification support. It has helped many, and it may help you. Call 888-988-3325 or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworldwhey.com.
Do you have dry hands or itchy, peeling skin? Are your cracked feet in need of a makeover for sandal season? Hi, my name is Diane Cook, the creator of Bee Spa Hand and Foot Cream. Bee Spa is all natural, 16% beeswax, marigold extract, and other essential oils and nutrients. Bee Spa is great for exceptionally dry hands and feet, but Bee Spa can be used anywhere on the body. I am sure you will see a difference overnight. Bee Spa is the only cream you will ever need. The convenient 2.5 ounce size jar travels nicely, and a little goes a long way. Bee Spa Hand and Foot Cream costs $29.99. Use promotion code 101 for free shipping. Order Bee Spa Hand and Foot Cream today at beespa.com. That's BEESPA.com. That's BEESPA.com.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
A good stove is at the top of the list for any serious survivalist. That's why you have to see the full range at emberlit.com. Simple, elegant, but extraordinarily efficient. Available in titanium or stainless steel, the Emberlit line of stoves are ultralight, pack flat, and work great. Fueled only by sticks and debris. From emergency situations to long-term survival, Emberlit stoves are up to the task. Emberlit, the most convenient, easy-to-carry wood stoves on the planet. See them all at emberlit.com.
Mother's Day is this week, and Pro Flowers is offering an amazing special. 100 stunning blooms for mom, plus a free glass vase for $19.99. Go to proflowers.com. Click on the blue microphone in the upper right corner and enter the secret code 3434. But hurry, this incredible deal expires this Friday. With fresh flowers, guaranteed delivery, and add-ons to complete your gift, Pro Flowers has everything you need to be a gifting expert on Mother's Day. Order now from Pro Flowers to get huge savings. You pick the delivery date, and it's guaranteed. 100 colorful blooms sent fresh from the fields and guaranteed to stay fresh and beautiful for at least 7 days for $19.99, and will include a free glass vase. Hurry, Mother's Day is this week, and this incredible special expires this Friday. The only way to get this amazing deal is to go to proflowers.com. Click on the blue microphone in the upper right corner and enter the secret code 3434. That's proflowers.com, secret code 3434.
Shipping charges not included. Satisfaction guarantee to your money back.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states.
Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937. Dangerous blood clot device alert. If you or a loved one had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to your heart or lungs and suffered an injury, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, and even death. These dangerous blood clot devices can break, and the metal fragments can travel to your heart or lungs, causing serious injuries. If you or a loved one suffered organ damage or other injuries from an IVC filter, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Act now. Time is limited to file a claim. For a free consultation and free information, call Injury Help Desk at 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. 800-478-1507. This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson. InjuryHelpDesk.com is responsible for this advertisement. Principal office, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Bad news, Americans. You're probably stockpiling for a disaster all wrong. When the big one comes, you'll need more than that poisonous, oversalted survival food you now see everywhere. There are 3 vital things that your survival food is missing, and it's the first thing to disappear from grocery stores. Go to superfoodradio.com now to see my story of how I nearly died when I was forced to live on a popular survival food. That's superfoodradio.com, and I'll show you how everything you've been told about survival food is dead wrong. Go to superfoodradio.com now.